Arlington, Virginia, house explosion was captured on dramatic video. You can watch the videos throughout this article. One video also shows a flare shooting out of the house before it exploded on December 4, 2023. James Yu, a resident of the home, wrote rambling social media posts targeting neighbors just days before the explosion. However, authorities have not yet named the man in the house. According to ARL Now, the explosion rocked the Bloomont neighborhood after a police standoff. Arlington County Police Department wrote on X, as officers were attempting to execute a search warrant at the residence, the suspect discharged several rounds inside the home. Subsequently, an explosion occurred at the residence and officers continue to investigate the circumstances of the explosion. Here's what you need to know. The Arlington house explosion occurred as police tried to execute a search warrant. Reports say ARL Now reported that the explosion took place at a duplex as police moved in with a SWAT armored vehicle, and after the suspect repeatedly fired a flare gun over nearby Fields Park. Police also said the suspect, who was not named, fired shots as officers tried to enter the home, right before the residence exploded. Video showed law enforcement at the home before the explosion, with an officer ordered the suspect to come out with his hands up. The house then exploded into a huge fireball, the video shows. According to ARL Now, a man named James Yu is listed in public records as the resident of the house. The site reported that, according to Arlington police, they were trying to execute a search warrant at the home when the explosion occurred. Yu has been repeatedly posting paranoid screeds on his LinkedIn account, the site reported. A man named Jim Matthews wrote on X, when asked what he saw, looked like flares being fired off. Large red fireball, with tail, just above treeline heading west. Would last 15 to 20 secs. Several in a matter of 5 minutes or so. About 5 minutes before I posted. The ATF wrote that it is responding to the scene. The ATF wrote on X, certified fire investigators are ready and on scene to support our law enforcement partners at Arlington VAFD and at Arlington VAPD during this active fire scene. #WeAreATF #ATF on fire scene. Arlington County Police also wrote on X, update. At Arlington VAFD is on scene working to extinguish the fire at the home. Media staging is in the 800 block of N. Edison Street. They added, officers on scene reported minor injuries with no one transported to the hospital. At Arlington VAFD continues to work to extinguish the fire. Arlington Fire and EMS wrote on X, update. Fire is under control, crews continue to battle small spot fires. Units remaining on scene for an undetermined amount of time. That agency earlier wrote, #breaking. Units are on scene of a structure fire on the 800 block of North Burlington Street. Expect a large fire department and police response. Avoid the area if possible. Authorities have not confirmed the name of the suspect. They also did not immediately release what specific accusation led them to the man's house in the first place. The motive is also not clear. Whether any deaths resulted from the explosion has also not been announced. Read next. Free neighbor accused of burying missing Indiana teen in homemade box in backyard.